It amazes me how many comments I get in my videos on the watches that I'm wearing. And I guess watches are kind of my other expensive hobby. And I have a bunch of different brands, Breitling, Omega, Rolex, but none of them get as many, hey, what watch is that comments as my Sinn does. And Sinn is a company that goes very under the radar here in the United States. And so I thought I would do a little video on that watch so people get a little bit of an idea about that watch and about Sinn in general. I'm going to unbox it here while I'm talking. It comes in this black leatherette kind of box. On the inside here, there is an instruction CD and an instruction paper. And one of the reasons I think Sinn goes so under the radar is because there is only one authorized dealer here in the United States, and that is WatchBuys. Watchbuys.com is their website. Otherwise, anywhere else you get them is either going to be a third-party site or maybe off eBay or one of the watch forums, something like that. And obviously buyer beware there. But otherwise, one authorized dealer. And that's probably one of the reasons they go so under the radar, because they're just not really sold here that much. The watch in question here is the Sinn 857 UTC Black PVD, introduced at Basel in 2009. Zoom in on it while I'm talking. Sinn was founded in 1961 by Helmut Sinn, and then sold in 1994. And actually from 1993 to 2002, they even produced watches for Bell & Ross, for you Bell & Ross fans. Sinn has introduced a bunch of new technologies to watches that many other companies have just not come up with, and they're useful technologies at that. And just to briefly mention a couple of them, their Diapal technology, which allows the watch's most important bearings to do without lubrication, which extends the maintenance intervals. Their tegimenting process, which I'll get into, the inert argon gas-filled watch, and the copper sulfate capsules that it has. The watch itself comes in a couple versions. There's a non-PVD version, which is going to be silver. This is the PVD version, which is black. Comes with the bracelet or the strap. Retail on this is $2,770. On the bracelet, on the strap, it's $2,410. It is by no means a small amount. However, in the world of nice, kind of decent quality automatic watches, that's actually a very good price these days, because watch prices are just getting crazy. Some of the higher end watches, the Omegas and Rolex, they're just getting, the prices on them have gone way up. So $2,400, while not a small amount, is actually a good deal in this realm. Let's take the watch out and have a look at it, give you a couple quick stats on it. Size-wise, it is a 43 millimeter watch, 22 millimeters at the lug, and 12.2 millimeters thick. Has a nickel-free case back for any of you that have a little nickel allergy. You won't end up with a rash on your wrist. On the side here, the screw-down crown has the Sinn logo on it. The case is fully tegimented, which I'll get into in a bit. And on the dial here, let's start with that, because that's obviously the easiest part to see. The movement in this is an ETA 2893-2 movement, beating at 28,800 beats per hour. And what that does is it gives it a nice smooth beat rate, nice smooth second hand here. And the dial here, black dial, white markers, which are luminescent. Has a date window down here at 4 o'clock. Has a second time zone with the UTC hand here at the yellow tip. And has that yellow UTC down at the bottom there at 6 o'clock. And so you can set this for a second time zone. It is intended as a pilot's watch rather than a diver's watch, and because of that, the bezel will rotate in both directions. If it was a diver's watch, the bezel would only rotate counterclockwise so that you wouldn't run out of oxygen, but again, being a pilot's watch, goes in both directions. Inside the watch, it's filled with argon, which is an inert gas, and what that does is it helps keep some of the moisture off the inside of the watch, the inside of the crystal, helps keep it from getting fogged up in humid weather. The crystal does have anti-reflective coating on both the inside and the outside. Over on the side here, there is a copper sulfate capsule, and what that does is it reacts with moisture to absorb some of the humidity. And over time, this starts out white, and over time this will turn kind of a deep blue as it absorbs some of that humidity. Case on this watch, the watch is made of steel, and again, one of the technologies that Sinn has come up with is their tegimenting process. Tegimenting comes from the Latin tegimentum, meaning a protective layer. And what that is it is a chemical process that hardens the surface of the steel. It's not a coating on top of it, but it's a process that hardens the surface of the steel to make it much more scratch resistant. The common steels are 316L, 904L. I think most Rolexes are 904L. A lot of the Omegas and Breitlings are 316L. And they have a hardness rating, which is in Vickers, the Vickers hardness scale. They have a hardness rating of 140 Vickers for the 316L, 490 Vickers for the 904L. Well, this tegimenting process gives this a Vickers rating of 1200. So, 3 and 4 times that hardness. On top of that, they do this PVD coating, physical vapor deposition. And that's a coating comprised of titanium aluminum carbon nitride, black in color. And that gives it a surface hardness up to 2000 Vickers. So this watch is roughly scratch proof. Now this bracelet is brand new, so I don't have much data on how that's doing. But the watch itself, I've been wearing a strap on it for a long time. And on the inside of the lugs here, when I would get my rather sharp strap changing tool in there and ding it around a little bit, there are no dings from that. And on the sides of the case from it getting banged around, also no dings. So far so good with that. I'll be curious to see how especially this clasp does. So like I mentioned, this watch comes in a couple different versions. It comes on the bracelet here, and it comes on the strap. Let's just have a quick look at this bracelet. You can see here the clasp on the back. Nice clasp. It has a fine adjustment here. Once you take the links out, and then the clasp, let me put it on for you. I have a 6.5-inch wrist. This is backwards, but I have a 6.5-inch wrist, and it actually it's a pretty good size on my wrist. 43 millimeters is a very nice size. Not too big, not too small. It's very comfortable with this bracelet. Comfortable on a strap as well. And let me go ahead and show you some different options with the bracelets and with the strap so you can get an idea there. So if you buy the watch just by itself, this is the box that you get. However, if you buy the watch on the strap originally and then afterwards you buy the bracelet separately, you get the bracelet in its own box. I thought I was going to get the bracelet in a little plastic bag in an envelope, but the bracelet came in this very nice box from Sinn. You can see they have the matching packaging, all the same packaging from Sinn. Get the original box out of the way. But here's how the bracelet comes. Nice box on its own. Same black sort of leatherette kind of material on the box. Open it up, and inside, nicely packaged here. Here there are some small Allen wrenches. This is a little small screwdriver here on this side, and on this side is a punch tool. And then the bracelet itself comes right here. Let's go ahead and open that up. Slide it out. And there is how the bracelet comes from Sinn. This is why the bracelet comes with the Allen wrenches, because the bracelet here is held together by these screws, which are Allen screws. Put the Allen wrench on each side, unscrew the screws, take the links out of the bracelet, and that is how you size it. Fairly simple. These are the two official strap and bracelet options from Sinn. Black tegimented bracelet and the leather strap. Look at the leather strap first real quick. It's pretty thick and padded. Very nice, very thick. Sort of this double layer design. Fold over end here. Tengen buckle with two keepers. The keepers here, the first one is sewn into the strap. Second one held in place by this small red piece of fabric right here, so it's not going to slide way up. On the back of the strap says right here that it's waterproof. Maybe you can see that in the camera. On the other side, there's the Sinn logo right here, and nice thick leather straps. The initial one that comes with the watch is actually pretty long. It is available in a shorter length, which I had to go ahead and get because I have 6.5-inch wrists. Aside from this, the nice thing about watches is that you don't have to stick with just what the manufacturer puts out. There are plenty of options you can go with. So we'll move these over here, and let's have a look at some other options. You can get black leather strap here with some thicker white stitching. You can go for the Kevlar type look. Or if you don't like all this boring black stuff, let me get these out of the way. This is a great option. Right here really pulls out the yellow in the watch. This strap, little free shout out, Micah Dirksen at vintagerstraps.com. I have a bunch of his straps. He's out of Napa, California, and he does just a fantastic job. His customer service is, I haven't been able to beat it anywhere. So check out his website. He does some great work. Here's a look at the watch on the strap. Strap that comes from Sinn. Complements the watch pretty nicely with the black strap and the white stitching. Here it is on the wrist. Again, pretty comfortable. Well, there you have it, the Sinn 857 UTC black PVD coated watch. This watch should be super tough with that PVD coating over the tegimented finish. Should make it virtually scratch proof. Let me know if you have one and yours is not, and I will let you know how this one holds up. But otherwise, check it out on the bracelet. Check it out on all the different strap options or make up your own. Check out vintagerstraps.com where he'll make you your own custom strap. Check out Watch Buys and all the other German watches, and check out this watch because it is one tough, cool black watch.